Are not the only ones trying to stay warm.
Yeah, farms have a lot of extra work to do when the temperatures dip. Barrett Tryon joins us now in the studio with a look at how one dairy farm operates.
Well, their days start early and they are very long, which is why these cold snaps can bring added stress to the farm.
There's a lot less or a lot tinier margin for error when it gets cold, I think, is probably the biggest thing.
Heather Jokey knows all too well firsthand about brutally cold weather.
The biggest thing that we can do to keep them warm is, one, the calf coats, and two, the deep bed straw that you see inside the pens. We add to that daily.
A native Wisconsinite, she helps keep Synergy Family Dairy moving.
It doesn't take much for an animal to go backwards if they get a little bit sick in this weather. So we just try to be really hyper vigilant, extra checks on everybody. Hey!
She wakes up every morning at 4 to get her day started. And talk about a lot of animals to take care of and worry about. There are more than 650 dairy cows here at this farm.
Especially in the maternity area, you can imagine it's much nicer in the barn here than it is outside, but still, for a calf that comes out and is born wet, it's too cold for them to have that exposure for very long.
Those newborns have their own room with a heated floor. While this cold snap is a short one, there's an unfortunate side effect when winter hangs on.
It really affects our manure systems. So we scrape all the manure in the barns to a center channel, and that channel goes directly to the manure pit. But if we have prolonged cold, we can actually get where that starts freezing.
More than a dozen people work on the farm. Their tips are the same for the animals. Layer up.
Some of them are not as acclimated to this weather as we are, so we have to check in with them and make sure they're doing okay too.
Meanwhile, Murphy is eating up the leftover food and cold for the rest of us.
Always a good day when you have a dog in your story, right? Well, there are people on the clock 24 hours a day checking on those cows, especially the pregnant ones. The dairy farm says on average, there is a new calf born every day. Tom.
All right, Barrett, thanks.